Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm incredibly excited to be able to share this build with you all today. We are building a penthouse, more specifically called the Penthouse of Love, and we'll talk a little bit more about why I've called it that when we move probably more onto the interior of the build, but I'm so excited to be able to share this with you all. I'm so incredibly excited. This is completely outside of my comfort zone as a builder, as a creator. Usually I build apartments or family homes, and this pack just had me inspired to do something a little bit different. So I really hope you all enjoy this. I'm incredibly proud of this build. It turned out so much better than I thought it was going to. I talk about this on the channel quite a lot and I like to sometimes step outside of my comfort zone. It's really easy to just kind of stay safe, and I think with this build I've stepped outside a little bit, so I'm quite proud of this. So yeah, currently working on the exterior here. I kind of knew the general shape that I wanted to go for. I wasn't using a reference image or anything for this build. I just kind of, I knew that I wanted it to be more of like an L shape. I knew that the bottom floor, I wanted it to be the medium wall height. And then the floors above, I wanted them to just be like regular wall height. And I'm going to be honest, now I talk about this quite a lot on the channel, but when I'm building the exterior of a house or whatever, I don't really think about the interior until I've moved on to the interior. And I've always said that this is definitely a flaw. I do not recommend doing this at all. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because like once the exterior is done, once I'm happy with it, obviously I move on to the interior. But yeah, I don't really think about the floor plan. I don't necessarily think about, oh, it could have this many bedrooms, or it could have this many bathrooms, or it could have a study. Like, I just build the exterior, make sure it looks good, and then I worry about the interior later. Do not do this. Do not do what I do. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because this penthouse is a perfect example of what I've just been talking about, because I was not envisioning the interior really too much. I knew that I wanted this to be a little bit of a hot spot, shall we say, and not hot spot as in a community lot, but a place where the Sims that live here, they enjoy throwing parties, they enjoy having people around. They enjoy hosting barbecues, you know, like on the upper floor. So like the very top floor, for example, that is like the party floor. So we have a disco ball, there is a record player, there's fog lights, there's all sorts of stuff going on in here. And it's kind of just the place to come to for a good time. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, again, we'll talk more about that when we get onto the interior. But the exterior for me was a little bit of a process, as it always is. I went through many different options. I went through like windows and doors, for example. The color scheme changes, and so like what you're seeing here is not the final color scheme, although I do really like sort of like the black with the pops of white and the soft browns. I think it works really well. It just, I couldn't get this to all come together, so I ended up changing the color scheme ever so slightly. And when I say ever so slightly, I mean that I just removed the white. So there are no pops of white in the final product. Just thought that was worth mentioning because we do go through a little bit of a colour scheme change around, shall we say, throughout the process. But yeah, how are we all liking Lovestruck? What are our thoughts? Do you have the pack? If so, comment down below what your initial thoughts are. I'm absolutely loving this pack. I'm not gonna lie, it's giving me original Sims and Sims 2 vibes, and I'm just loving it so very much. And speaking of which, if you are in the market for either Lovestruck or any of the packs really, you can now use my creator code, which is RachelPedd, on thesims.com or the EA app. This is not a discount code, but this helps directly support me as a creator because I earn a small portion of the proceedings. So I just thought that was worth mentioning if you are in the market for any new packs. But yes, thank you so very much for considering that. So as you can see here, we do kind of bounce around and I start pulling different items out of the menu, and my brain was a little bit all over the place. I'm assuming because this felt at the time quite uncomfortable for me, like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, obviously, because this isn't something that I would typically build. It just felt a little bit uncomfortable, so I think that's another reason that perhaps I was a little bit more indecisive than usual when it came to item placement or colour schemes or whatever, really. So yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. And one thing I absolutely adore about this build is the skylight on the top, the very, very top. And what that allows for is just this incredible lighting in the party room. And I just thought, how cool would it be if you're partying there at night and you look up and you just see the stars? Like, it would just be incredible. And when I was building it, I didn't even think, oh, I'll have a party room. But you'll see why we did what we chose to do when we move on to the interior, because it's quite an unusual space. Basically, you walk up the stairs and then you're in the room. There's no hallway or anything or whatever. But yeah, so that's why we decided to turn it into a party room, and I just thought it worked. It worked so very well, and I absolutely adore it. The heart-shaped pool as well just came in clutch again. I actually did a heart-shaped pool when I built my Woohoo motel. I'll pop a card in the top right hand corner for you if you have not seen that video already. I built that in early access to Lovestruck. So yeah, built a Woohoo motel. Now I'm building a penthouse of love, which is a little bit naughty on the inside. So I'm loving seeing everyone's builds as well, because I think we've all just taken the concept and run with it, and it's just fantastic. Oh, and this is where I decided to start adding pops of red. Now, I know this might seem like a really sort of obvious choice and a really obvious colour, but because it's called the Penthouse of Love, I had to start including some red. At least that's what I think anyway. And I know it seems like super obvious, like, Rach, come on, red, love, duh. But this is where I started to introduce it. And then, as you can see now, we've completely gotten rid of all the white accents. I just think it gives it more of like a sultry, sophisticated look, which is exactly what I was going for. I loved the colour scheme that we had originally, but unfortunately it just wasn't saying what I wanted it to say. You know, sometimes when colour schemes just aren't colour scheming. And I know that sounds really, really silly, but anyway, yeah, we start adding more landscaping here just to bring in more greenery. I didn't want it to feel like a jungle vibe. That's completely the wrong choice of words, but I suppose it kind of does have a bit of a jungle vibe. Like, if this was in the middle of like a jungle world, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of foliage going on, which isn't a bad thing. Like, it's really not. I think it's really a really nice contrast between the black, the brown, and then the green. I just think it complements, everything just works. Everything just complements one another. And then the pops of red just like make it stand out so much more. And then this is really cute up here. I actually pulled out some beach towels from the Island Living pack because I thought then you Sims can sunbathe out here. Like, how cute is that? I just thought that was the sweetest idea ever. And there's like a little rack for your towels. And then we've got some drinks up here that you can have. It's just really sweet. And I kept it really simple as well. I didn't overly decorate it or anything like that, because obviously when you're up there and you're sunbathing, you know, you're taking in all the views. I didn't really feel the need to clutter up the balconies too much, but there's a lot of outdoor space here, which is just fantastic. And again, I think that's another reason that it felt a little bit uncomfortable for me too, is because usually I won't focus too much on the greenery, shall we say, or like the outdoor activities. So I'm so glad I decided to do that with this though, because like this build literally has it all. Like, it really does have everything. And that's just reminded me, in one of the bedrooms, I actually added a massage table as well, which I thought was really funny. I was messaging my amazing friends, Reese and April, on Discord about it, and I was like, have I just added a massage table in one of the bedrooms? Yes, I have. And it just works. Yeah, it just works. And speaking of bedrooms, I don't think I've actually told you all how many bedrooms and bathrooms this has. Like, when I got onto the interior, sorry, it was surprisingly small, and I which was good, by the way, which was good. I didn't want it to be this huge space because I'll be honest, I would not have known how to decorate it. So when I moved on to the interior, I was pleasantly surprised. And so it has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It has a bar in the living room. There's a kitchen space, of course, with a big island. And then, like I've been saying, on the upper floor is the party area. So you could easily turn that into a bedroom if you wanted to. Or you could just keep this layout. I think this layout is fantastic and it works so well. But if you wanted to change it, then please feel free. You know that you are free to make any changes that you require. Now, this is where I was struggling with the windows. And there's a reason that I changed the windows on the 1st and the 3rd floor. It's because they were clipping, so the windows were too tall for the shortest wall height. And they were just clipping when I was moving the camera. And I know that for gameplay, like for screenshots, it's perfectly fine. But for gameplay, I don't know about anybody else, but it really winds me up when things flicker because it's all my eye can see. It's all I look at. So that's why I changed it. But yeah, now we've moved on to the interior. This is where things are going to be getting a little bit spicy. So as you can see, it took me a little bit of time to actually work out the interior. This is actually my 4th attempt. Not at the floor plan. The floor plan was done on the first go. The decor, the color schemes, the items, just everything just completely stumped me because I don't really do modern. I don't think I'm particularly good at it. But once I kind of stopped worrying about it so much, everything just started to come together. And I also used a lot of items from the new Lovestruck pack as well, which helped massively. The items in the Lovestruck pack they're incredible. They are possibly some of my favorite items that we've seen in a pack in a really long time. And like I was mentioning earlier, I think one of the reasons for that is it's giving me older Sims game vibes, the original Sims, The Sims 2. And I think that's one of the reasons that I love the items so much. They're mismatched, they're fun, the textures are incredible, there's a wide variety of items to choose from. Like these little chairs, look at these chairs. I can see myself using these in a non-modern build as well. Like I say everything, I don't mean that. I was going to say everything's versatile in this pack. I wouldn't necessarily say that every item is versatile. This wallpaper is stunning. Absolutely incredible. I love it. And then, okay, we need to talk about the cow print wallpaper. Just for a second, because I think this is my favourite wallpaper I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I was looking for an excuse to use this wallpaper, and you best believe I was going to be using that in this house somewhere. Like, I've even used it in the bathrooms as well. It's so fun, and it is exactly what I was looking for in this build. It is wonderful. It's just so perfect. I love it so much. And then there's different swatches, of course. So I think there's a zebra print one, there's a tiger print, there's leopard print. It's fantastic. Anyway, yeah, so the living room is coming together very nicely. The color scheme does change ever so slightly because I changed the green to more of like a kind of like a deep purple color. I just thought that felt a little bit more romantic. The green's nice, like it works, but it just wasn't fitting with the vibe that we were going for with this particular interior. So that's why I ended up switching it out. But you will see me throughout this process going into the Lovestruck build and buy menu because I wanted to try and utilize as many of the items as I possibly could. And I was also looking for an excuse to use this obnoxious, fantastic floor lamp, which is, I believe, from the Decor to the Max kit, I believe. I think that's where it's from. And then this is where the fireplace goes in, although I do change that out for this one from City Living, I think this is from. And then I do put this rug down initially, and then we change it to the grizzly bear rug because I remembered that we got that with this pack because it was one of the items that I remember seeing when I was building my Woohoo motel, and I was like, oh, that is fantastic. And I think that was in the original Sims game. The bear rug, I'm sure it was. See, it's giving me all the vibes. I love it so much. And then I thought these cushions on the sofa worked so well and kind of tied in a little bit with the wallpaper, although it's not a perfect match, you know, it's really not, but it's okay. It's okay. This apartment wasn't really about matching. It was more just about the vibe. So you'll notice like pops of gold accents, red, black, purple, like these really sultry romantic colours. And I just thought this is literally the perfect space for your Sims to host parties and just, you know, do whatever they want to do. You know, you're in the city, it's nighttime, you're having a few drinks with your friends and anyone else that you'd like to invite over. It's perfect. I didn't really give too much thought into the Sims that actually live here though, so I don't know what they do for a living. I don't know how many Sims live here. I mean, you could have up to 4 if you wanted. You could have 6 if you converted the upper floor into a bedroom. I think that would work out quite well. I was more thinking though that maybe it's 2 Sims that live here. They like to throw parties, have their friends around and just have a good time, you know. And then I had to put this suitcase in this room because this is what your Sims use to change into their costumes, I think is the word I used in my Woohoo Motel video. I called them costumes. I'll just leave it there, take from that what you will. If you've seen any gameplay with this pack, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And yep, we'll just put a little seating area underneath the stairs here if you want a little bit of peace and quiet, with a little ice bucket full of what I presume is either Prosecco or champagne or whatever the Sims equivalent of those drinks are. There's neon signs everywhere. It's a little bit tacky, but it works. Like it's kind of high-end tacky. Is that even a thing? Is that even a thing? But that's kind of what I was envisioning. But yeah, this is the kitchen. This is probably the least decorated room in the entire house. And that's because I think typically with more modern kitchens, they're a little bit more simplistic, as in there's not a load of clutter all over the counters, and there's not a lot of clutter just going on in the room in general, or at least that's what I believe to be true. And also, I'm going to be honest, I was struggling with not really knowing what items to put in here in terms of like on the counters for clutter and things like that. I think once you get comfortable with the more modern vibe, obviously you'll know in your head, oh, I can use those items in the kitchen. Equally, if you're more into like your suburban family homes, as I am, I know, oh, that can go there, I can use this. But obviously my usual go-to clutter items just weren't going to work with this particular build, which is fine because it's just something different and we're trying new things on the channel this year. I promised you that I was going to start trying new things. I think I'm doing okay so far. I've definitely been trying new things. So again, if you have any ideas for any builds, I've spoken about this so many times. You guys have the best ideas and you always leave me such wonderful comments. And if someone has a really good idea, I'll add it to my build list. I have a build list on my phone in my notes, and I will literally go on there and add it. And then when I'm feeling a little bit lost, a little bit uninspired, I'll go to this list and then I'm able to choose from what I've already got on there. Anyway, this is the clutter. This is pretty much the extent of the clutter, what you can see here. And I also realized as well, I'm going to make this disclaimer, I have recently installed the tool mod along with the Better Build By, which completely life-changing, perfect. Now, as of me recording this voiceover, both of these mods are currently not working, which is quite typical when a new pack is released. Fine, not a problem. The reason I'm mentioning this is because I did not realize that there was a specific way to uninstall the Better Build By. So me being me, I just took the folder out of my mods folder. Whoop, there we go, off it goes. But that is not how you uninstall the Better Build by mod. So lesson learned for next time, but just thought I'd mention it because my catalogue was looking a little bit weird with all the debug menu items like appearing in just like the normal items. It was winding me up. So I had to remove it. But that is the kitchen done, and then now we are moving on to the downstairs bathroom, where we've gone for, I would say, a very maximalist kind of vibe, which just fits in with the rest of the house, let's be honest. So we do go with this very busy, quite loud floor tile, along with the tiles from the kitchen on 2 of the walls, and then obviously the cow print wallpaper has made an appearance yet again in this bathroom. I love it so much. I'm not going to harp on about it because you've already heard me like swoon over this wallpaper already in this video, so I'm not going to. I won't put you through it again, I promise. But yeah, I absolutely adore this bathroom. It's so much fun, and I didn't really know where I was going with this, I'm going to be honest, until I got in here. But yeah, I think it works so well with the rest of the vibe of the house, and it's perfect. It is perfect. And I also add some of this like love heart confetti in front of the bath as well, which I thought was super fun. Although I forgot to do that in the upstairs bathroom for some unknown reason, which is a bit strange. But yeah, this is the first bedroom that we work on. So this bedroom does have access to the balcony, which stretches all along the front and back, everywhere. It stretches everywhere. So you can literally walk around this and just take in all the views of this beautiful new world. But yeah, again, we're going with a busy vibe here, okay? We've gone leopard print wallpaper. We're using the heart-shaped bed, of course, because why would we not? Why would we not? This also has a fireplace, so it's the perfect room for, you know. I won't say it because I don't want to be demonetized, but yeah, it's the perfect room for, you know. Just love the vibe. It's fantastic. And I wanted to showcase this wallpaper as well because obviously it's leopard print, but we have like a border around it too on the top and along the bottom, which is red, which I thought just fit in so well and ties in so beautifully with the red accents that are going on in this room. And then did I add a zebra print rug? No, I changed the swatch, thank goodness. I was just thinking then, there is no way that I have used zebra print and then leopard print in the same room. Like, come on, even I wouldn't do that. So, and then I'm just trying to work out here like what else I could add in this room, and it came together super well using a lot of items, of course, from Lovestruck, but also there were some items from the Cozy Bistro kit, specifically the artwork. I have never really used, I don't think, artwork from that kit. I remember when it came out, I tried to build a bistro and I was like, yep, can't do this. I literally spent hours trying to build a bistro and it's not in my repertoire, okay? Sometimes you've got to just learn to walk away and just admit when you're unable to do something, and that was one of those moments for me, unfortunately. But that was the last time I kind of looked at it, and the artwork from that kit is superb and it fit in so well with everything in this house. And then we finalize that bedroom, and then we move on to the second bedroom. So this is the second bedroom. Look, there's a little massage table. See, Sims can get oiled up. But I was just thinking, I can't remember what wallpaper we use in this room. Do I keep the zebra print wallpaper? Did I do that? I have a funny feeling I might have. Okay, look at me go. No, I didn't. I didn't think I did. I was looking at it then thinking, that doesn't look right. But we do use the zebra print rug. I think this is from Get Famous, I believe. And then, of course, this little end table that's in the shape of a heart. It's so cute, I can't cope. Some candles on the side, of course, more artwork above the bed from Lovestruck, some neon signage as well, just to add to the vibes. And then I had a full floor length mirror right opposite the bed. fantastic. I just think it's so cool. I tried to think of everything with this build. I really did. And then we move on to the second and final bathroom. So this is quite a bit bigger than the bathroom downstairs. And the views from this bathroom are just to die for. Like, they really are. When I took a screenshot of this for the screenshots at the end of the video, I was like, oh, I could have a bath here. Yes, please. Thank you very much. The windows would be a nightmare to clean though. You know, like if you got like water all over it, like that wouldn't be very good, would it? But it doesn't matter. It's The Sims, and I was just trying to enjoy the moment. So we use a leopard print rug in here. I'm trying to remember which pack this leopard print rug is from, and I can't. Words are escaping me right now, unfortunately, but I just had to use the leopard print. Like, you can't build a, what is this? Penthouse. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me. My office is so warm at the moment, and this voiceover has taken me much longer than I would care to admit, because my throat keeps gargling, I keep messing up words, and I'm getting to the point now where my brain's just stopped working, which is quite unfortunate. But anyway, this is the hallway or the landing for the middle floor. Now, it's quite an awkward space. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this at all, and I would have kept that circular red rug in here if I'd have had the tool mod installed, because I would have just increased it in size just a little bit. I think that works better than a square rug, and it was too small. Like, by default, it's just a bit too small for this space. So yeah, that's why I changed it out. But we use the tiger print this time around. Tiger print rugs. So we've got tiger print rug, we've got leopard print rug, we've got zebra print rugs. You name it, we've got it in this house. You know, it's just awesome. And then we move on to the final room, which is the party room. I didn't really know what I wanted this space to be, and then I had this light bulb moment, and I thought, hang on a minute, we got the Party Essentials kit not too long ago. I could have a disco ball up here. And then it just kind of ran from there, really. And I've just realized that there isn't a TV in the living room. I've literally just remembered that, because I put a TV on the wall in the party room and there isn't a TV in the living room. So I would maybe suggest adding a TV, because clearly I have just completely forgotten and I am useless. But you'll be very pleased to know that this is now the end of the video. So I really hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to download this build from the gallery, you can do so right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!